So empty. I feel like my voice is carrying on. No echo, but it's like crazy. This is our last week in the US. This is crazy. I don't even know how to begin this video because my mind's going like 2,000, what is it, times a minute. It's just been a crazy windstorm of, I don't know, the last month, I guess. Coffee table's gone. Like all of our tables in our living room are gone. The last thing to go is the couch, which they're coming to pick up tomorrow. Everything else is pretty much bare. Just been going through a lot, all the feels, but you know, it's weird because I remember when I filmed a similar video when I was leaving Rome and I got really emotional and teary-eyed and cried, and it's weird because I think that this has been a longer drawn out process, like from us knowing when we were moving to now. So it's almost like we're ready to get it over with because it's just been, feels like months of just preparing mentally, physically. Although, since it is the last week that we're here, there have been some goodbyes that have already been made, and definitely getting emotional thinking about some of them. And I'm just trying to think and remind myself that we're doing this for us and our happiness and taking the opportunity, and that's what people, like our loved ones want for us. It's just hard that we will be physically so distant. I don't want to be too morbid. I just realized that a lot of people either haven't watched or haven't caught up yet on my YouTube videos, or haven't watched my moving announcement video, because I got a lot of Instagram messages like, "You're moving? Where?" So I decided to do a Q&A. I asked you all on Instagram to ask me anything about the move. I got a lot of other questions that weren't move related, but due to my own sanity and state of mind right now, I'm only going to focus on the move questions and maybe do another Q&A in the future with the rest of their questions. So I'm sorry in advance if I didn't get to your question. Please just know there's a lot going on here, and this is gonna be just moving related. So let's just hop into the question, shall we? Dove state traslocando? So where are we moving? We're moving back to Italy. If you missed my first video announcing it, we are moving to Florence this time. And if you're new to the channel, I lived in Rome previously. So we are going to a new city. Next question, what are you most looking forward to with this new move once you're settled? The question says in Rome, but we're actually going to be settled in Florence. What am I looking forward to most with the move? I don't know about the move process. I'm looking forward to just getting there, finding an apartment because we still don't have a place yet. I'll get into that a little bit more later. And just finally, not that I want to say finally settling down, not that I don't feel settled here. I definitely felt settled down here, but making that like hopefully the last stop for a long time, for a while, and just starting a new adventure with Emilio and kind of just being open to all opportunities and just going with the flow. Next question, will you plan to buy real estate in Italy? So not right when we get there. We're probably gonna lease for a while, but our end goal is to buy an apartment or a home, whatever we can afford. What American things will you miss the most now that you're living in Italy forever? I don't like to use the word forever. I prefer to say indefinitely. I have been talking about this with some of my close friends like the last couple of weeks, and I know off the top of my head, the American things that I will miss are the ease of things like, you know, driving up, having parking space everywhere, pulling directly up to where you need to go and run your errands and like get all your errands done and really quickly and pull right up and just do it all. Whereas in Italy, I know that's not the case. And I know that if you're from my OG, if you're one of the OGs and you're here and you saw one of my original videos of the culture differences and the things that actually frustrated me about Italy, those are probably gonna still frustrate me when I get there, but I already have the expectation now. I will miss the ease of just like errands and day-to-day here in the States. How did the shipping company work out? So TBD, I'll probably try doing an update once we're in Italy settled on how that went. So far, it's been a great experience. I'll show you the pallets, and we actually are getting them picked up in a few days from when I filmed this. Basically, you just fill it to what you can, wrap it yourself. They give you all the materials to put on top of it, and then they put that in. They come collect it, put it in a container, and then they ship it, and it's on its adventure overseas, like I think by boat. So it takes, they said about 12 weeks to get to us. So to be determined, I'll update you on how the final process goes, and hopefully everything arrives intact. So stay tuned for more on that one. What are you most excited about to live in Florence? So Florence, I've been several times, but I've seen it as like through the tourist lens. I've never seen it living there. I don't know the neighborhoods. I don't know the city at all, actually, apart from all the touristy things to do. So we're excited to explore a new city and to find, the neighborhood we want to end up in, and just exploring a new place. And also I'm excited that it's smaller than Rome. Rome is super overwhelming. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I don't think we would have moved back to Rome per se, unless it was the opportunity was there. But just excited about the newness and that it's smaller and that you're close. I love that it's halfway between Milan and Rome. So we're pretty central from a lot of Italian cities for train travel. So like weekend trips and things like that will be a lot easier. Besides family and friends, what are you the most sad about leaving the US? I think that's kind of like the similar question on what American things will I miss the most. Of course, like I always say, there's pros and cons in every country that you live in. But I do think that things are pretty easy to do things. So like it's my native language, so like calling up and asking quick questions, whereas in Italy, like I have to mentally prepare myself and like practice what I'm going to say. I like freeze when I'm on the phone with like if I have to call customer service or something in Italian, because I'm just like, hopefully I'll work on that, and hopefully things will get better. But yeah, I mean, the first and foremost things that I'm going to miss are family and friends. Like, honestly, I don't want to talk about it too much because it really is going to make me really emotional. And I don't want this to become like the leaving Rome video and I was like sobbing in the video, but I am going to miss like being down the road from my best friend. And she just had she has a 1-year-old, and I feel like she's like my niece, and I've just loved spending time with my close friends and my family, I know we're going back to Emilio's family, which they're like my second family, of course. I'm really excited about that, but I will have to get used to not having, my best friends down the road and meet new people. And I'm going through this journey again where meeting friends as adults is actually, I've found really hard and challenging. So it's going to be a wake-up call leaving my best friends again for Italy, but I cry, but I'm really excited. The more I think about it, the more I get sad, but you can't have it all. Okay, so breathe. What will you miss most about Houston? So Houston, as many of you probably know from previous videos, like I'm originally from here, never thought I would come back once I left it. Houston's a great city to raise a family. It's a great large city, but I don't think I'm gonna miss much about it, honestly. The only thing I'm gonna miss are being really close to my friends and family. Are your pets going? Of course, we're bringing Barolo and Leo. We brought Leo and Barolo actually over here from Italy, so it's not our first rodeo, but we actually brought them over separately. So it's gonna be different and interesting bringing them both on the same plane. More to come on that because we're still figuring out logistics and they have to get their international vet certificate. The good thing is they already have EU pet passports, so entering Italy is, I think, going to be pretty simple, but we just have to make sure that they're up to date on their like vet paperwork and stuff here in the States before they're able to board the plane. So more to come. I'll let you know how that experience goes once we get it over with, because I'm trying to just block it all out of my head, because the more I think about it, the more I get stressed out. Where you find a place, where will you live? When you find that out, please let me know, because I can't wait to know. No, all joking aside, if I haven't already said it, we don't have a place to live. We're going to Airbnb for the first month. We've tried working with agents and looking at apartments and having like some of Emilio's friends go and take videos of the place for us. And I think we want to make sure that we like the area and we see it in person before we sign like a 3-year contract, on a place. So the plan is Airbnb, and then just schedule appointments and see places in person there. And then once we are able to do that, hopefully we'll have an address in time for our US shipment of things to get to, because they're picking up our stuff. We don't have an address yet, so we have to give them like a TBD address. And then once we have our address, they can update it, and hopefully our stuff will still be on the Atlantic somewhere, so we'll have time. What are you doing for jobs? So this has been one of my most asked questions. I am staying with the company I'm currently with. They're just a new opportunity on a new team in a new department, which I'm really excited about because it's new. It's something I'm very still passionate about, and the opportunity is just really exciting because I get to stay with my current company. I always said long before I worked for the company I'm with now, I always said I would love to live in Italy on a US, from working for an American company on like an American salary, and I manifested it into existence. It's crazy. I never thought it would happen. I really didn't. Vabbè, un'altra domanda: dove andrete a vivere in Italia e cosa farete professionalmente? Lo faccio anche in italiano, dai. Andiamo a Firenze, quindi una città nuova per noi. Anzi, siamo stati, però per vivere è nuova. E poi professionalmente io lavorerò per la stessa società in cui lavoro adesso, però farò un'altra cosa. I like this question because it actually made me think a lot. It says, is this goodbye with friends, fam, any different than your first move to Italy? It kind of is, because my first move to Italy was like on a whim. It was like I was going through like a rut in my career at the time. Not that I was that old, but I just didn't think, I was in sales at the time. I just wasn't passionate about it. So I, left that, and I packed up 4 suitcases, got rid of everything else, and met my then boyfriend in Italy, and I had no plans. And I think it was scary for sure, but I said goodbye to my friends and family kind of already with the mentality that it wasn't going to be forever. Like, yeah, I'll go, figure it out. And then, little did I know, almost 4 years later, I was back, which I always had a feeling I would be back in the States. This time is different because I don't know, it's pretty indefinite. I'm going for an actual job. So that last time I went, I had no job lined up. So I'm going for a job, and Amelia and I want to start a family soon, eventually down the road. I know many of you also are curious about that. And we can't keep going from place to place once we do that, we want to settle down, and that's why it's harder saying goodbye to friends and family this time, is because I don't know how much more frequently we'll be able to come back here and visit. Hopefully, pretty decent amount, but it's different because we don't know. We'll come back to visit, but I don't know about to live. Never say never. Who knows? Who knows? You never know with me, right? But it's harder this time to say goodbye because it's more like an indefinite goodbye, even though I know I'll see them again, but it's different for sure. Someone asked, quali pacchi fare per prima? So when you're packing, I guess, up a house, what do you do first? We did the kitchen first, which sounds counterintuitive because you're like, well, aren't you cooking still? Yes, but we did more of the organizers, and I think I showed you in one of my other vlogs, our nice, Le Creuset pots, wedding gifts and things like that, that ceramic sets that we want to take that we don't use on a daily basis. We packed all of that first, and then I think I went with the bathroom, and then our closet, bedroom, etc. So that's what we did. When did you and your husband decide that you were moving back to Italy? So we've always, I'm sure you've realized and gotten the feeling from my previous videos, but my heart, at least, I know Amelia doesn't come on my channel very frequently, but my heart, is kind of always been in Italy, even once we left it. We left it for for me to pursue a career here in the States. And so for us to have that career then provide an opportunity to take us back to Italy is like almost serendipitous and like almost like, how can I not take it? So, I mean, we decided, like, I feel like the conversation came up last fall, and then like the actual offer and everything was presented like, I don't know, before Thanksgiving. So like we've known for a while, but yeah, it's just been like a long process of just getting all of our ducks in a row. Has it been stressful, or do you feel more prepared the second time around? Just let this face answer that. It has been very stressful, and I don't really feel more prepared this time around, honestly, because last time when I left Italy, I currently wasn't like in a full-time job, so I had a lot more flexibility to prepare and sell everything. And once we left our apartment in Rome, we spent the rest of the summer in Calabria with one of Emilio's sisters. So like we had like a nice vacation to look forward to. Whereas this time we don't have any of that, and like I'm working full-time at the same time I'm packing up the house, and like just not sure. It's been really hard to find like time for myself and just time to breathe. And I have a lot going on with my new role as soon as we get there, so just like a lot of things. And not having an apartment immediately is not like my type A self is just not having it. I'm just learning to go with the flow and taking it day by day, because if I don't, I literally will have a breakdown, which I've had a few of those actually. Has it been really expensive moving internationally, or just like any other move? I don't think it's just like any other move. It has been expensive. I think the most expensive thing was the pallets, and it wasn't even that bad. I think what we did when we moved from Italy here was we shipped a few boxes from UPS, and like it almost ended up being like a similar cost. If we would have shipped the same amount, this time we're shipping a lot more like kitchenware stuff and things like that, because I don't want to have to get that stuff again in Italy, especially since like some of them are wedding gifts and things that like we'll use forever. It was just worth spending the extra money. But we went more of a do-it-yourself route where we have to pack up everything and then they'll come and take it. And when they drop it off, like, well, we're gonna have to unload everything. So there are definitely more expensive options where they come and pack up everything and do everything for you, but way too expensive for us. So I don't think it is like any other move. I think it's pretty expensive, honestly. We're trying like the most economical route that we can go. Okay, so those are most of the questions, and I just wanted to thank you all for being so supportive. And I don't know, you guys are all excited and like you're rooting for us, and I know you prefer my Italian content anyways, so I'm just can't wait to like get more clarity and like have a reset and be able to just like thrive in Italy and just like give you all the content you want, but also the content that I love to film and edit. So I can't wait. We're excited. I think we won't be as excited until we're there. I'm so exhausted and stressed and anxious and just all the things. So I'm glad that I'm able to like sit down and have this chat with you all the last week in our home. This probably is going to be the last time you see this place, which is sad for me. But I'm also like, I'm very sentimental, and like the Cancer in me, like very sensitive and just very like, I do dwell on the past sometimes, but I'm also like learning, and like one of my biggest intentions this year is just to like move forward and go with the flow and just take all the opportunities and chances that are given to you. You know, this place has provided us like an amazing last 2.5 years. This was our abode during the height of the pandemic. We spent a lot of time in here, and it served its purpose, and now it's time to move on. And I think that's a beautiful thing. And it does make me a little emotional when I think about it, but I'm just trying to see things as like in the moment now, because that's really all we can do. Thank you so much for watching and for being here and for following this journey. I can't wait to update you all and keep you posted on what's to come. And I'm not sure what my next video will be, but you know, we'll see. Yeah, just say goodbye. Goodbye to our townhome. It's been real. Thank you for doing what you have for the last 2.5 years. And thank you all. And next time I see you will most likely be on the flip side in Italy. Don't forget to subscribe. That way you don't miss out on any future videos. in Italy moving forward. And I can't wait to see you next time. Ciao. Here it is, empty, empty. Bye.